faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman, strange visitor from another planet who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. Superman, who can change the course of mighty rivers, bend steel in his bare hands, and who, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper, fights a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and the American way. And now, another exciting episode in the adventures of Superman.
Good morning from the office, folks. I am your host, BKP, here with you this morning. We are changing the name from Good Morning from the Office this morning to what we call Feel the Power of the Fetch. That's right, baby. That's right. We call it Feel the Power of the Fetch. For the next 2 hours, we are going to talk about election results. And you know what I always say, feel the power of the fetch. Let's go over a couple highlights from last night. I am your host, BKP. Now, stay tuned with us this morning. We're going to George will be in here at 9. I am your host, again, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Good morning from the office. I was over at Doug Collins' campaign last night. Doug Collins' campaign for the 9th District. He will be with us. Congressman Collins will be with us. Hold on just a minute, folks. We didn't get in. You're going to want to tell your friends to tune in this morning. I didn't get in until after midnight from Gainesville. By the time I got everything done, got into bed, there's no telling what I'll say. So this happens to be the show where you probably want to tell people, look, you're going to want to tune in because there's no telling what BKP will say this morning. At 8:30, approximately 8:30, we will discuss the Fannin cartel. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that. The Fannin cartel's at 8:30. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We want to bring you up on a couple things. Fannin County has a new commission chairman. That is Stan Helton. Stan Helton won last night. We'll talk about that a little later in the show. He won last night over the sitting chairman, Bill Simon. So Fannin County has a new commission chair. Also, Shirley Sosby will return. She'll return as the tax commissioner, right, Lonnie? Lonnie, you're going to have to help me pay attention, Lonnie. You're going to have to help me pay attention.
The Sosby I know is a DA, not a tax commissioner.
Okay, well, anyhow, Shirley Sosby she will return as tax commissioner there. And Dane Kirby won 54% of the vote for sheriff in Fannin County. 54% of the vote for Sheriff Dane Kirby. No runoff for him. We'll talk about that and the Fannin cartel in a little bit. In Gilmer County, Scott Chastain and Josh Teague will be in a runoff for probate judge. That will take place in Gilmer County, but only 51.4%, or what did you say? Dallas Miller will return. In Gilmer County, Dallas Miller will return for post 1.
51.86%.
51.86%. So Dallas Miller, post 1 commissioner in Gilmer County, had a little bit of a tough one there, but he will return and join Travis Crouch and Charlie Paris for 4 years for the Gilmer County Commission Board. Now, last night.
Now, with that, before we move on.
Before we move on, where did you be before we move on?
We said
before we move on. Go ahead. Lonnie.
Before you move on from Dallas's race, we said last night, and if you guys were watching, we kept saying it's less than 200, less than 200. It was 1862 votes to 2006 votes. So for you math people, it's too early in the morning for math for me. But thanks to a calculator, it's 144 votes difference. That's only 144 votes. Now, with that, this has actually surprisingly been one of the lesser turnouts. Still had a lot of people vote, almost 4,000, I think, total, just under, but still, not many people actually voted as, at least what I would have considered voted on such a big election. But 144 votes difference.
Can we move on? Because you said before we move on, so I'm waiting for the green light.
Oh, I should just keep talking.
No.
Let's see, what else I can...
Okay, folks, Speaker of the House David Ralston won last night. He'll return as the representative of the 7th District here in Georgia. And the first order of business, I think, next year is to elect him, his peers, as Speaker. So that sounds like he will be returning as Speaker of the House. Now, as you well know, if you've been watching the show, at 8:15, we're going to have Congressman Doug Collins. We're going to talk to him about this. But as you well know, note this as we speak. I'm never wrong. Circumstances may change. Now, I have to tell you, between midnight last night and 8 a.m., I'm trying to figure out what circumstances changed that I can make this race to where I did not miss it. There's nothing bothers me anymore than missing a race. But the 9th District, Collins, 61% of the vote. Now, I thought just the number of candidates and just people being upset with the incumbents right now, and a couple of the congressmen's votes, and the way they tried to tag John Boehner around Congressman Collins' neck, I did think, I never thought the congressman would be in the 30% mark or the lower marks, but I thought just the number of candidates out there would dilute the vote. So that did not work out as planned, by no means not my plan or FetchYourNews.com, but as planned. To have that many candidates did not work out. Now, the one I really missed, I don't think I missed Doug Collins winning as much as the one I really missed. I did think Roger Fitzpatrick would be stronger in this race, okay, than Paul Brown. I really did think that. But the interesting thing is, I understand that the map, see, Collins won all 20 counties. Every county he won. Collins did not lose a county. All right? Paul Brown represented, and this is a takeaway here in this election, folks. In the 9th District, Paul Brown represented 10 of these counties at one time when it was the 10th District before redistricting took place. And Dr. Paul Brown represented 10 of these counties at one time. Doug Collins won all 20 counties. All 20. He won every single county. And the interesting thing is Gilmer County, Paul Brown won 688 votes in Gilmer County. Doug Collins, excuse that noise there, I apologize. Doug Collins won 2,659 votes. And Roger Fitzpatrick only got 273 votes and 121 for Bernie Fontaine and 146 for Mike Scapede. I'm a little caught off guard on that one. A little caught off guard on that one. Now, Fannin County Paul Brown went 760, but Fannin County overwhelmingly went 3,601 votes for Doug Collins, 289 for Fitzpatrick, 245 for Bernie Fontaine, and 107. Fitzpatrick did not do as well as I expected. Now, in Hall County, where the big votes are, Paul Brown pulled in 2,348. Collins pulled in 6,588. Fitzpatrick, 1,567. Bernie Fontaine, 212. And Mike Scupine did do well. That was his strongest point, was in Hall County for 1,013 votes. So that was Hall County. Now in White County, where Roger Fitzpatrick is from, okay, White County, which, why can't I find White County? Oh, here it is. Excuse me, I'm sorry, folks, this morning. White County, Paul Brown brought in 504. Collins brought in 1,813. And Fitzpatrick did bring in 1,770 votes in White County. That's where he's from. But the results that I missed, your host, is Roger Fitzpatrick. I thought he would have a stronger out-of-the-box election night. Now, it is 8:11. I'm going to take a brief break. I'm your host, BKP. When we return, we're going to have Congressman Doug Collins on the line with us at 8:15 this morning. We're going to have Congressman Doug Collins on the line with us to talk about these results with him and the next 2 years in Washington, D.C. We're going to move on from the election, talk about what's next up there, and go from there. So we'll be back. And don't forget, we are going to talk about the Fanning cartel. If you've tuned in to hear about the Fanning cartel, we have some serious information on results in Fanning County we're going to talk about. So Lonnie, take us to break.
Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine.
El Rey.
El Rey and Ellijay.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like meat lovers, backyard barbecue chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
And we're back. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm your host, BKP. You know what? We were with the Collins campaign, Congressman Doug Collins' campaign, till about 10:30 last night over in Gainesville. Got in a little late, but we want to thank you very much. We're joined with Congressman Doug Collins this morning. Congressman, are you with us?
I am with you. It's great to be with you again, Brian.
Well, Congressman, I do want to talk about that impressive win last night, and I want to get into the details, but I want to start by saying Cameron's the politician in the family.
He is a good one. He's been raised around too a little bit.
I tell you what, he has floor leader. I mean, he's going to start. Last night when I got there, he's a great young man. We're talking about Doug Collins, Congressman Doug Collins' son. Great young man, and I really enjoyed him. But I picked up real quick. I think he might have a political future.
He definitely enjoys it, and he loves being with people. So he's going to be fun to watch.
He's a kind young man, Congressman. You have a beautiful family. Let's start with that. Let's start with family first. I have a picture this morning that I took last night, you down at the podium with your wife, Lisa, and the children. How emotional was that last night? Because campaigning is hard. How emotional was that for the family last night?
It was emotional in the sense that you spend everything, and you mentioned Cameron. I mean, Cameron would get up some mornings and he'd say, "Dad, 110%." He said, "Do 110%," and he would, and the family was just always there, and we're a close family. We always have been from when I was pastoring. We've done a lot of things together, and we still do. So, when we go through campaigns, we just go through life. We do it together, and that's what makes this thing special.
Well, Congressman, before we get into your next term, we do want to talk about that, returning back to Washington to represent the 9th District. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we have Congressman Doug Collins on the line. He won impressively 61.27% of the vote with all 20 counties in, and there will not be a runoff, and he had 4 other opponents. Congressman, you won all 20 counties. How does that feel this morning, knowing you go back to Washington with a mandate from your entire district?
It feels really good. I mean, but it's also very humbling. I mean, I've never, I've said before, this is the people's district, and when we ran, we've always talked about we're the 9th. We're reflective of the 9th. We, and in that we always take that as a very special trust. And and as we've said before, and I've been on your show, there are going to be times when, frankly, some in the district will agree, sometimes we'll disagree, but I think the one thing that we've always tried to do is have an open, honest conversation with everyone in the district from all, views to say, here's what is best, here's the areas in which we're heading, here's what we want to do, here's the things that we can do. And I think that's reflected last night, but it is humbling, and to think we won all 20 counties is a pretty special thing.
Congressman, that came in pretty early. It was about 9:30 with only 10 counties in it. We were able to predict you would win without a runoff. Let's talk about going back to Washington, D.C. What is top of your list, and what is top you left Washington with Steny Hoyer, I think, yelling at you or some of the guys.
Yeah,
that's your last memory of being on the floor before you came home.
Yeah. It is. So, I mean, we're headed back up. We've got a shortened time frame because of the presidential races and the stuff. But it's going to be a bumpy ride here. We've got some appropriation bills we got to deal with. We got some riders that'll be attached. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things. We just got to finish the year. But there's also some good stuff. I'm going up this afternoon back and hopefully get in time. I've been working on a civil asset forfeiture bill, which is very important to a lot of folks, and it's an overreach that some we're seeing in our government. And so we're going to be working on that in judiciary. There's a lot of other good things that we're going to be working on. But I think the big thing that will dominate the rest of the year is simply just the approach bills and then finishing out the year. And then looking forward to hopefully a Republican president and something we can do next year.
Well, Congressman, a Republican president, and moving on, elections over, time to get to work. A Republican president is obviously the hope for Congress there, Republican Congress, and for the Congress to return with Speaker of the House Ryan there in control of Congress. So have you had talks with Paul Ryan? I mean, we're out here, and there's still a gray area of support from the House of Representatives, right, which is him on the presumptive nominee, Donald Trump. Are you guys going back, or will there be any discussions about full support for the nominee, and what do you think about that?
Well, I think you're going to see the support. I think it's already going. I think the conversations that Donald Trump and the Speaker and the leadership had were very productive. I think they're moving forward. Again, there's so many levels being played out here. You have the political back and forth with Mr. Trump being our nominee, and then Hillary and Bernie, and then you have the actual, what I'll say the political side, but you also have the policy side. How do we all get together and run on the same platform and run on the same principles? And I think that's just what's happening right now. So it's going on, it's continuing, and we'll see how that works out as it goes forward.
Have you met Donald Trump yourself, or is there something?
No,
have you?
No, I have not. And but I expect to see him probably more on the Hill later in the year. He came up just for a quick visit the other day, and I would expect to see him more on the Hill, as time gets closer to conventions and everything else. But we're looking forward to the rest of the cycle. It's not going to be easy. Of course, it hasn't been easy in 3.5 years. We've had to deal with an administration that is just unhinged, and I believe they're going to become more unhinged in the next 6 months, and we're just going to be battling that.
Congressman, I think throughout the 20 counties, and I did not get to all 20, but I think throughout a lot of the district I was in, still I think it's very important in the 9th District, the debt. I really think I really think your constituents are concerned in the 9th District about the debt. Are there plans to, what's in the works as far as what are you planning for the next session of Congress, and actually with a new president to possibly rein in the debt of this country?
Well, I think it's been one of the biggest issues for me, and we've talked about this before, between deficit and debt, and we're going to continue to look at it. I think one of the biggest things is looking at, it's got to be a holistic approach, and we've talked about this before, not only just cuts of discretionary spending, which are at 2008 levels right now, but we've got to get into the main drivers. And I talk about this in almost every speech I give, is this issue of Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, our debt payment, our entitlement payments. We've got to make hard decisions on those, and we've got to make decisions that are in the best interest of not only the program, but also the constituency and the taxpayer. If we get that under control, if we can move forward there, then you've got tax reform, fair tax. You've got issues that we can get that stimulate economic growth. The problem we've had in the last 8 years, one of the biggest drivers right now that could bring down our deficit easily, but also start hitting at our debt, is having an economic growth that is more than the anemic 1 or 2% we've been seeing. So that's the kind of things we're going to be working on, that I'm going to be working on, and I would hope that others are going to be joining with that, because I agree with you. That is one of our biggest issues that we have, apart from our national security interests across the world.
Congressman, when I walked in last night and was setting up about 8 o'clock, already the mood in the room at 8 o'clock was no runoff. That was the room, the mood in the room. It was very upbeat, very exciting. Everybody had a positive attitude, no runoff. Did you have some internal pollings, or did you have something that led you to believe that there would not be a runoff early on in the night?
Well, I mean, we had a good feeling, and of course we do our own, our analysis, and we do our polls and stuff. But we felt good all along with our approach, and really just the feeling that we were getting from the district as well. So it was a good night that came to fruition. It was a lot of hard work. We had a great team, and a team that's been with me now for a number of years. And so this is a district in which we love. We love being a part of the 9th District. We love representing the 9th District. And, and for us, it's a 365-day job. It's not an election season job. So I think that paid off as much as anything.
Well, Congressman, you do have a good team. You have a nice staff. A lot of great people that I've worked with in the last couple months got to meet. I really enjoyed working with your staff. But you winning I'm stuck with Bill Coakley 2 more years. And that's just all there is to it.
Well, we'll see.
No, you know, between you and I, you know how I feel about Mr. Bill Coakley, so that's why I had to say that.
I love it. Well, you keep Bill straight, and we'll send the key lime cake every once in a while. Okay. Well, Brian, you have a great day, and I'll talk to you.
Thank you, Congressman, and again, congratulations. Have a nice day, you and your family. And we're talking to Congressman Doug Collins, and he had to move on here. He's got several interviews this morning, and we're very happy that he put us right on the top of the list at 8 o'clock this morning. He's got several all day today. You heard it, folks. Lonnie heard it too. I got a key lime cake coming. We have to put up with Bill Coakley 2 more years, but Bill is a good, dear friend of mine. Congressman Doug Collins, I have to tell you, a mandate's a mandate, a win is a win, And 20 counties. The congressman got all 20 counties last night. Can't take that away. All 20 counties. He came out total, one more time before we go to break, 52,043 votes. And the second closest, Paul Brown, 18,761. And the takeaway for me is 10 counties. Dr. Paul Brown used to represent 10 counties in this district. And those 10 counties said, hey, we don't want you as our representative again. And that's the voters speaking. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back after these messages with our update on the Fannin cartel. You don't want to miss that. I'm your host. Go to break, Lonnie.
You've got the key lime cake coming.
Yes.
And I think for a day, for 24 hours, I'm going to become a Bernie Sanders supporter and think you should share that among the populace.
So what you're thinking is it's a key lime I should share.
Yes.
I should share.
Bernie
I earned it. I earned the cake.
Yeah,
all right, wait a minute. Go
Bernie,
to the picture. Go to the picture. BKP hard at work. Do you have that?
Yeah.
Good. You see this, folks? I'm out there toting all my equipment in. I don't have a cameraman. I don't have a staff. I go in. Look at that. Look at my hair's messed up. I know. I understand you're caught off guard. My hair's messed up, but I'm sweating. Here I am hard at work. This is what, and you want me to share the cake.
Bernie told me I earned it.
You want me to share the cake? Lonnie, we'll discuss sharing the cake during this break. Folks, I'm your host, BKP. You want to stay tuned. It's time for our Fannin cartel update right after these messages. What did I tell you? Feel the power of the fetch. We call it the power of the fetch here on FYN TV. Go.
Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like meat lovers, backyard barbecue chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Switch and save at Schottenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Schottenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Folks, we're back. I'm BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show where we are bringing you what we call the power of the fetch. Feel the power of the fetch. First of all, we'd like to thank our sponsors. If you'd like to sponsor our show, send us an email, chief@fetchernews.com or 706-889-9700 if you'd like to be a sponsor. Day Chevrolet, located in Jasper, down there on 515. Day Chevrolet, Circuit World. Don't forget, promotional code FETCHYOURNEWS when you walk through the door of Circuit World. L&L Beanery, downtown Blue Ridge Coffee Shop, free Wi-Fi. Stop today on your way out. And at L&L Beanery, free Wi-Fi. You can set up there, click on the Wi-Fi, watch Good Morning from the Office. Again, that's downtown Blue Ridge, your neighborhood coffee shop, L&L Beanery. Salon 84, Hair and Color, West Church Street in Jasper. Make your appointment today, 706-253-9876. That's Salon 84, Hair and Color in West Church Street in Jasper. And Clock Tower Gifts and Boutique, also located in Jasper. Now, folks, let's start here. Okay, the Swan Theater, the Fannin Cartel, the propaganda paper, they're spinning around this morning. You know, I told you the other day, it's like you remember, it's like, when I was a kid, Batman, the Joker, Penguin, I mean, they all got together, and they were plotting this major, the next major move there. They were all of the bad guys and girls, and they were plotting, and the cartel last night, oh my God. First of all, the propaganda paper. Who needs to pay your print bill this week? Who needs to pay it? Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. If you're paying attention, you need to get you a piece of paper and a pencil and write this down, because I want you to hold me to this. I'm sorry, I want everybody to hold me to this. Number one, I plan to do an investigation of the propaganda paper, so you will see that if you did give away free advertising, it needs to show up on these candidates' campaign records. That's right. So anywhere you see a candidate's name, for all of you out there that just think you can do what you want, when you want, how you want, with no consequences. I love it. No consequences. Consequences are well on their way. Now pay attention. Write that down. If you had that pencil and piece of paper, write that down. Consequences, You can Google that, okay? I would have to Google it. I can't even spell mayonnaise, okay? Consequences are well on their way. Just write that down so you know that, okay? Because everything that is on the campaign finance, we're going to research. We're going to research all your campaign finance. So all the places you went around and bragged and all the things you did to try to put the cartel in place with your propaganda, we are going to research. What did I say? I can't remember my own words, Lonnie. Consequences are well on their way. Did you write that down? Yes. Write it down, Lonnie. Consequences, it's well on their way. Period. Period. It's a period after that is what I meant. Okay, that's done. Who needs to pay your print bill? Now, we have decided what we're going to do is we're going to start letting you know what's playing at the Swan Theater. So we feel there's a blockbuster that's playing at the Swan Theater. Do you have the marquee of the Swan? Can you put that up over my shoulder? Can you see that at home, folks? Steve Setzer had to go and get the gator. You know, you ever see, he had to go get the gator at 10 o'clock last night and get down there and say, I got to get this off here. Now, I've always known this, but it says Jack Taylor for sheriff. So what I would like to know is what you feel the value of that marquee is. Because that is, if that was free, we want to see, one, what Jack Taylor paid for the marquee. And two, if he didn't, we want to know what you're going to tell him the value was, because that's called in kind. And I know for some of you, you don't understand what in kind means, but it means you have to put a value to it. All right? There you go. So the cartel, consequences are well on their way. Yeah, I'm serious. Now, that's playing over my shoulder. Jack Taylor, Steve Setzer, I want to break it to you. Jack Taylor did not win, okay? Now, I know you're probably down at the cartel headquarters, down there at the propaganda paper this morning, and you're all trying to figure out what your next move is, because it all fell apart last night. Now, I've been wanting to say this for quite some time. I knew this before, but now it's official. It's official. Jack Taylor, you're a loser. Officially. The marquee, that movie nosedived. So let's go over that from last night, okay? Last night, election results came in from Fannin County. Dane Kirby, 54.40%. Now, here's what I like is we did the story last week about the GBI, and we're going to come up with that in a second. We did the story about Johnny Searcy would not take the GBI polygraph test during an investigation that he was in 2005. I will bring that up. But, you know, we go out to Bentry, and this is one you're going to like, folks. We go out to Bentry a couple weeks ago, and we have the forum, and Johnny's out there with his cool sunglasses. I mean, he is Johnny Cool, okay? Johnny boy, the pipes are calling. You lost, okay? So anyhow, he goes out there to Bentry. He's got the cool sunglasses on. All right, cool sunglasses. He's out there. He is cool, man. He is posted all over the internet. Watch Cool Johnny as he tells you how he will get rid of drugs in Fannin County. He is cool. What I liked last night is somebody posted some nice pair of Oakleys on Johnny's Facebook page. I love it. Somebody put a pair of Oakleys on. Here, Johnny, get you a pair of sunglasses. I loved everything about it. Now, there is no reason. Before I go any further, you know, Johnny Searcy, you know, he created an image during the campaign, so there's no reason he cannot continue to go around and change tires for little old ladies. He can still do that, a flat tire. There's no reason why he cannot start his community garden and, feed Fannin and save all the hungry people from starving to death in Fannin. There's no reason, Johnny, that you have to, just because you're not sheriff, that you don't have an opportunity to go and feed the children of Fannin County and change the tires on the flat tires for little ladies that, you could be that nice, good steward humanitarian of the county. That does not have to end just because this election ended for you, Johnny. Anyhow, Dane Kirby, 54.4%. Larry Bennett, 7.5%. Johnny, 33, a dismal 33.88%. Guess what, Johnny? For what, the 19th time, the citizens of Fannin County have said they do not need you to be a sheriff. Now, here's what's interesting to me is I'd like to know what that fundraiser brought in about 4 or 5 days before election. I think we'll check into that on the campaign finance. So we'll just let you know ahead of time. Go ahead and get all your campaign finance books ready for review because we're going to look at those, okay? Jack Taylor, 4.21%. You know, Jack, I knew Jack Bauer. I watched 24. You're no Jack Bauer, okay? You are a cowardly lion. You bark and bark everywhere you go. But guess what? Your barking only resulted in 4.21% of the vote. You lost, okay? Dane Kirby, 54.4%. Now, before I close, there'll be no runoff. Before I close on that one, I want you to know out there, for all the criticism, the Fannin cartel, it's done. Johnny's not going to be sheriff. Larry Bennett, which we never know. Larry Bennett's not going to be chief of police of Blue Ridge. All right? It's not going to happen. Didn't happen. Jack's not going to be chief deputy or whatever he thought he was going to be, deputy dog or whatever he was going to be. He's not going to be that. So it fell apart. The propaganda paper, I mean, they don't need to come over and pay your print bill. I mean, I don't know what you guys are going to do. You're spinning around in a circle, okay? What's your next move? Well, let me just say this. For all the criticism out there that I got on the Fannin cartel and the story I did on GBI, I'm not done. I did not do that story because of anything concerning an election. Now, I think what you know out there, if you've been watching this show for quite some time, you know it. Now, if you're a Johnny Searcy supporter and you're upset with me and you think I just did this last week, you should have been watching all along. Because I've been doing open records requests for months, not during the election. Before Johnny Searcy, just to let you know, before Johnny Searcy ever announced he was going to run for sheriff, I did open records requests. I inquired about the gun sale. I went up there. I am the one that went to the podium. I have the video and went to the podium and told city council, please do not let this guy own a license plate scanner in the city of Blue Ridge. Okay, so this did not happen a week before the election for all of you that think it did and all of you that will say that. So number one, just because the election's over, I will continue to follow through on that GBI investigation. I want to know why it fell off the shelf. And that's my opinion. Why did it just fall off the shelf? Why did the guy that took out the loan serve 8 years and plea it out in front of a judge? And the guy that vouched for the loan, it just fell off the table in the DA's office, not the current DA, a DA's office. Okay, we have the Gerard and Davis investigation. It should be coming out any day. Last week of May, first week of June. Okay, so that's coming out. We're going to see what that holds. And plus, I mean, there's a lot of other things being looked into. So we had no intention whatsoever to look into anything based on an election. You will see that. You will definitely see that by the way we plow forward into this, because we're going to continue till we get some of the things that we've asked for and until we see exactly what's going on in the city police department with the chief. There you go. You just need to know it. But the Fannin cartel. Now, Brian Jones is in a runoff with Sherry Walker. Brian Jones, let me get that for you. Brian Jones got 35.66% of the vote. And Sherry Walker got 46.25. Danette Davis got 17.93. So that will be in a runoff for magistrate. And as we well know, Steve Gooch got 76% and Rawson got 67%. We'll talk about that later. Shirley Sosby, 63% over Marie Woody's 36%. And Stan Helton, 60.46 over Bill Simon's 39.94. Folks, I don't have the time, but I am not shocked. Oh, by the way, Jack. Yo, Jack, Power of the fetch. You got it? Power of the fetch. That's I just practice that. Practice power of the fetch, and consequences are well underway. They're well underway. Yes, there's consequences for what you do. The Fannin cartel, finished. Larry Bennett will not be chief. Finished. The Fannin cartel, done. Done. I don't know what your next move is. What are you going to do next, Steve Setzer? What are you putting on the marquee next? Huh? Okay, anyhow. Stan Helton, 60%. Bill Simons, 39.94, right at 40. 60-40. Folks, I am not shocked by this. I am not shocked. I told you in the beginning of these campaigns, what did I tell you? Now, I'm joking around, I'm having some fun, but I'm getting serious, and I'm not taking, Fetch Your News. Our goal is to bring you information. But we told you at the beginning of these campaigns, watch the candidates that avoid Fetch Your News. Now, I never made an issue out of Bill Simons. I just let Bill Simons, do his own thing. But Stan Helton, he interviewed on this show 2 or 3 times. When I was in Fannin County and we did the show live from the Chamber of Commerce, he showed up. Bill Simons did not show up. I don't think that went well for Bill Simons. I really don't. Stan Helton came in and did a 40-minute interview with myself. Bill Simons was invited. He didn't show up. Stan Helton did aggressive marketing. I mean, he with our marketing department, he purchased a lot of marketing. With our marketing department, he purchased several ads. A lot of ads on Fetch Your News. He did a lot of other marketing in the Fannin County area. He was open to talk to everybody. And I can give you this right now. I did not think the citizens of Fannin County were going to and this is one of my opinions, we're going to let it go that Bill Simons caused the county. He did. He sued the post commissioners. And I never thought that was going to go over well, and I did not think it went over well, and I think it upset a lot of people. In the last couple years, if you did not attend the commission meetings, Bill Simons, I do like this gentleman. I do like him. But folks, I got to be candid with you. There's a reason that Stan Helton won 60% and Bill Simons won 40%. Bill Simons let his stubbornness, get the best of him. I've asked Bill Simons, folks, for 2 years to be more transparent. I asked Bill Simons for 2 years not to play media games. I have to tell you, I can elaborate. I asked him, don't play media games. Be more transparent. Put the meetings on the website. Put the agendas out in plenty of time. I asked him all these little things. I don't give advice. I know what you're thinking. I don't give advice, but I basically told Bill Simons over and over, look, I'm telling you, if you don't listen, it's 2016. The people want transparency. It's 2016, from Park and Rec to the lawsuit to animal control. It's not that the citizens are upset over the issues, it's how he handled them. I mean, Bill Simons, I hate to say it, I do like the guy. I regret saying it like this, but he would have done well hiring a PR guy a couple of years ago, or a lady. Sorry. Quit yelling. I can hear you yelling through the camera. A PR person that could have consulted him on media relations or whatever for the past 4 years. So Stan Helton is the new chairman, and folks, I am not shocked. I thought Bill may, just against one opponent, be solid enough to get some vote in, but I'm not shocked this morning to find out that Bill Simons will not be the chair commissioner in Fannin County. I got a couple minutes before we go to George here and ramp it up. 77.47% went for Johnny Isakson last night. He will face Jim Barksdale, the Democrat. Folks, the U.S. Senate race, Barksdale brought in 53.86 on the Democrat side against Cheryl Copeland and John Coyne, and 4.10%, 4.1, and Cheryl Copeland, 42%. Barksdale will run a solid race against Johnny. That's just my thought. Barksdale will run a solid race against Johnny. Derek Grayson ended up with 68,000, and Mary Kay Backleal ended up with 60,000, 10%. So together they brought in about 22% of the vote. Now, moving down, we talked about 9th District. Moving down, I want to do this real quick before we get George in here. Georgia State Senate race. Now, District 51, and I have told this story to many people, and I'm going to tell it again this morning briefly. When I found out John Williamson qualified, I was shocked. Okay, I was shocked that he qualified. And I will not tell you this morning that John Williams' intent was never to win the district, State District 51. Now, congratulations to Steve Gooch, the incumbent. He got 73% of the vote. John's just shy of 27%. But John looked and seen that the senator was going to be unopposed. And folks, I agree with the process. I do not care what the names are on the computer. I agree with the process, okay? And I think State Senator Steve Gooch would tell you that himself. He agrees with the process, okay? John Williamson was a good candidate. The citizens chose to send their state senator back. But that's just that, folks. They chose to send their state senator back. And Steve Gooch could feel good this morning that his district, the 51st District State Senate seat, belongs to him this morning because his voters decided to send him back. And I do know that that was John Williamson's intent, if anything, is so you had to go make a decision. Now, I thought Williamson would do better, and it's no disrespect to the senator. I thought he would do better than this percent-wise. But the day I found out that John Williamson qualified to run, I let State Senator Steve Gooch know that John and I were very close friends. Mr. Williamson and I were very close friends. At the same exact time, I let Mr. Williamson know that during the campaign that I was very close friends with Mr. Steve Gooch, the senator. The senator and I have been friends for years. Mr. Williamson and I have been friends for years. But folks, I want to thank John Williamson for giving you a choice yesterday at the ballot box. I want to thank John Williamson for stepping up and stepping out and working hard and making you decide you want your senator to go back, not just be unopposed. So from everybody in the 51st District, thank you, Mr. Williamson, for your hard work and your willingness to serve from Fetcher News. Now, moving down, I don't know that I could say quite the same thing. I'll be respectful, but I don't think I could say quite the same words for the State Representative 7th District. Now, these are basically the same results. Sam Snyder ran against David Ralston 2 years ago and basically come up with about 34% of the vote overall. All right? Basically 34% of the vote. Now, in Fannin County, Ralston received 3,583 votes. Snyder received 1,729 in Fannin County. In Gilmer County, Ralston received 2,632 votes. Snyder received 1,496. And in Dawson, David Ralston received 334 votes. Sam Snyder received 143. Okay? Folks, I did not think at any time that this race was going to be any different. I, for one, was a little interested on why Mr. Snyder attempted this again, ran again, 34% of the vote, why he attempted this once again. against the Speaker of the House, David Ralston. And it's not, let me get this straight, okay? I have a great relationship. I'm going to call it great whether people want to hear that or not, but I have a great relationship with most of these candidates. And I have a very business relationship with Mr. Ralston. Mr. Ralston and I have interviewed him, the Speaker of the House, several times. He's been on the show several times. I see him at functions. I address him as Mr. Speaker, and that's what I have, a business relationship with the Speaker of the House. And I appreciate the time that he gives our news organization. And if you know us out there, we have done some of the harder stories in the state where the Speaker is concerned. That being said, I did not understand at 34% why Mr. Snyder was attempting to run against the Speaker. Now, maybe another candidate that may have wanted to run against Mr. Snyder may have fared better. Against Mr. Ralston, may have fared better, may have done better, but I didn't quite understand why Mr. Snyder felt his second attempt. And this is the same results 2 times in a row. And I'm going to tell you, we'll just see. I can't tell a candidate what to do. We'll just see. Real quick, on the 8th District State Representative, there will be a runoff. There'll be a runoff here, and it was very, very tight. We have Matt Gertler, a young man that worked for Stephen Allison. This is the 8th District up in Union County. This is the 8th District. This was a tight one last night, folks. Matt Gertler finished with 34.66%, but it was close. I mean, then it went to the 20s. David Barton got 20.3%. Joshua Luttrell, 22.45%. Okay. And Kent Warner, he got 22.59. So 22.45, that is 2,601 votes versus 2,617. 16 votes separate these candidates. So this morning in the 8th, we don't know really if that second runoff candidate, maybe they're challenging the results. We'll find out. If anyone knows out there about the 8th District, if those results are being challenged this morning by Mr. Luttrell concerning Kent Warner, 16 votes, 22.45% and 22.59. If it holds up, 16 votes will make Kent Warner into a runoff with Matt Gertler in the 8th District. That's all the time I have. It's 8:59. Let me know on that 8th District. We will look at some more races as George comes in, and we'll get into some national things right after this break. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We call it the power of the fetch. The Fannin Cartel lost last night, and Jack, you lost also. Your movie was a flop at the box office. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Lonnie, take us to break.
Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like meat lovers, backyard barbecue chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Switch and save at Shattenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Shattenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
And we're back. Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. Before we get into this next segment, I got to make a couple announcements. Number one, don't forget, North Georgia's only live online newscast with Kevin Hensley, the Morning Report. That's coming up at 10 o'clock. Also, we will be live on location tomorrow at Sycamore Crossing in Blue Ridge. We're going to go up to Blue Ridge and broadcast live tomorrow at Sycamore Crossing right downtown. Brand new shopping center there, about 5 or 6 stores. Beautiful place right in downtown Blue Ridge. We'll give you more information. Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Facebook, FetcherNews.com, for more details. And also follow us on Twitter at FetcherNews, hashtag GMFTO. That's tomorrow morning. We'll be up at Sycamore Crossing. And if you'd like to sponsor our show, chief at FetcherNews.com, or get with us, 706-889-9700. Good morning, George. How are you?
Good morning. Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. Election results are in. As we look around, we have one runoff, and that's for the probate judge. We have both local people, one a lawyer and one not. So we'll see where that goes. Everything else went according to plan, not my plan, but proves an adage that I have said over and over and over repeatedly again in my essays, that we are indeed a nation of sheep.
George, what do you think? What do you think out there about some of these results when you say nation of sheep? You know, in the 9th district last night here in Georgia, 20 counties, all 20 counties, voted for every county voted for Doug Collins.
Well, they did indeed, and we had some good candidates out there that were contesting it, and the fact that they were contesting him is significant. But you know, you got to remember these. We vote on people when they promise to do something for us. Now Mr. Collins has made no promises. He doesn't have to keep any promises anymore because we, as voters in the 9th District, have re-enfranchised his right to be there, and he will stay there for the next several elections. And that's my prediction. And he will vote the way he's told to vote for the party and not for the benefit of Georgia. And when you vote for to refinance, to continue the financing of Planned Parenthood, Obamacare, all these odious socialist Marxist programs, when you promised you wouldn't do it, that should be rules good enough for removal. It will not happen.
Well, I guess, you know, one of my things is the takeaway on this is I thought, and I'm going to say on the 9th District, I didn't miss Collins winning. I did not miss that. But I have talked a lot about the anger of the voters, and they are angry, and that is what resonated with Trump. But I missed this for a couple reasons. I felt just the amount of candidates would dilute the vote to where he would be in a runoff. I wouldn't have been shocked last night if he'd have got 49, 48 point something. But I am a little bit shocked that it was 61%. I mean, it was safe. It was a very safe victory. It was never. They made the call at 9:30 with 10 counties in. We're able to say there was really no chance that he would lose. So with that data, it was safe to say that at 9:30 he came out and made an announcement. But I, for one, thought just the number of candidates would dilute it to the point. He took a media group to task last night and let them have it.
Not Fetcher News.
No, I got an interview with him. I got a live interview. I was there, and he came up and gave me a live interview, and he actually let me know that it was not Fetcher News. I'm not going to mention who it is, but I know. And a certain media group over in Gainesville, what I'm hearing, decided to really go after him hard and go after him in a way that made him, they supported the other candidates. And he said last night that the 9th District belonged to the people. It did not belong to a media group. It did not belong.
It doesn't belong to him either.
Well, now wait a minute. I understand. But he said it belonged to the people of the 9th District. And he said it didn't belong to a media group or a talk show. And so when I got upstairs, I had set up and I had a backdrop and I did live results there all night. I did live results. And when he came upstairs for the interview, and I did a live interview with him last night on FYN TV, I did say, I said, you know, Congressman, you said You said media group. No, you didn't. That wasn't Fetcher. He said, no, it wasn't Fetcher.
He's on record then.
Yeah, it wasn't Fetcher News. But you know what we got, and I
will.
will say this for our voters that are out there, our viewers that are out there. His campaign staff said that they expected us to be tough on that election. They expected us to ask the questions, to bring the issues up. And they said, you did. But you brought them up in a way that everybody got a shot to say what they thought and how it went. And so they were very happy with our coverage. And we didn't slight our coverage for any candidate. We didn't do that. So I feel good as the owner of this company that our media source put out information for voters. I will agree with you. I'm a little taken back on the voting. A little taken back on the voting. And I'm going to tell you where I'm taken back. Not as much the 9th District. Before I move on from that, what does that kindly say? Are we able to figure out what that says? Because the 9th District is supposed to be the 3rd most conservative voting district in the United States.
You and I saw a clue of what you're talking about yesterday when we had lunch with the Gilmer Tea Party.
Yes.
Used to be 50
I
people
I
there.
already forgot about that. It seemed like a week ago.
Used to be 50, 60 people there.
Right.
What? 10. They presented an idea to have an open forum where people could express their thoughts. And the open forum that existed yesterday degenerated into a shouting match. I don't go for
I
open
got in
forums.
trouble.
I don't go for it. No, Paul did a wrong thing.
Okay,
Paul, that was no, you did not get in trouble. No, absolutely not. So I don't think I think people are weary.
Well, why George is on that?
We don't. People are weary. I mean, they're just tired. They're sick and tired of the BS that comes. We talk, and nothing gets done. Only a few people stand up. Scoopin, Fitzpatrick, Bernie Fontaine will stand up, and Paul Brown stand up at least to put their name on the line and spend their own money to challenge the challengeable. It's
yeah, but you know,
challengeable.
George,
And the rest of us don't.
I am going to say this, and I can't speak for John Williamson today. Folks, I've not been given the liberty to speak for Mr. Williamson, but I am going to say this. I spoke to him enough to know that his number one he accomplished. You may sit there and say, well, John only got 28% of the vote. He wasted his time. No, he did not. Because let me tell you what he accomplished yesterday. Steve Gooch is going back, but he's going back because the voters chose him to be their senator this time. He has run unopposed for that seat.
Yeah, I get your point.
And John Williamson told me early on in the campaign that if the senator goes back, he's not going to be upset because the voters will say. So yesterday, what John Williamson did, which I wish people would do because I love the process all over this country, is step up and do it. What John Williamson did is made George and everybody go in and make a decision whether they want Steve Gooch or John Williamson.
Well,
that I applaud him for.
Yes.
And I do.
And all the candidates who ran. We just can't let the machine and the political machine dictate to us how we're going to think and do and what's best for us when we know better, when we know a lot of it is unconstitutional and we know that we're being dictated to by somebody who wants to be a dictator. And, you know, we got to figure all these things out, but we cannot be tired. We got to renew our commitment to keep the fight up.
George, what we're going to do before we go ahead, George.
Well, I was going to ask you. You've got all your. What was the percentage of voters in the 9th District overall who just showed up and voted?
I don't know if I have that on here. I'll look for that during the break of the percentage of the registered voters in the 9th District. I will do that. That's a good question. I will pull that up right here and see if I can get the percentage. I do know it went all. Before we go to break, because Lonnie has to go to a Gilmer County meeting this morning, and before we go to break, I just want to say this. Yesterday, the discussion came about on Cruz supporters that were not quite ready to move over and support Trump. So tomorrow I'm going to be at Sycamore Crossing. Let me give you a heads up for the show prep here. Tomorrow we're going to be at Sycamore Crossing in Blue Ridge. You're welcome to drive up and say hello with us, George. And we're going to be up there tomorrow, broadcasting live.
What time?
Well, I'm going to be there from 8 to 10, but I'm looking at trying to get a couple. I do know the sheriff is going to stop by, Dane Kirby. I know some of the shop holders, so I'm trying to get a schedule of 10 to 15 minutes that everybody's going to be on. So we're trying to do that today. Tomorrow, Sycamore Crossing. Friday, we'll be back here. Monday's a holiday. Memorial Day's Monday. Did I get that right? Because I'm
close enough for government work.
Close enough for government. So Monday is a holiday. So let me tell you, Tuesday, folks, you can plan this ahead. Tuesday, I am going to tell you what I think about and I'm going to be positive and I'm going to be nice, but I'm going to tell you what I think about the Cruz supporters that say they're not ready to come back and vote for Trump. So that's Tuesday morning. I want to take plenty of time to do that correctly. George is bringing up something that took place yesterday. I want to highlight that in detail. Also, Tuesday, we are going to start here and look at campaign finance reform. We're going to look at these campaigns. Some of these people have the money and some don't. Can you run against somebody that has $1 million when you have 50,000? Can you do it? Now, on some accounts, they spent $1 billion trying to stop Trump, and he spent $90 million. So, can you actually run?
He didn't spend any $90 million.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
though. I
he
mean,
spent a far
110.
lot less.
But anyhow, he
$9 million.
can you run against somebody that has $1 million and you have 50,000? So are these seats even obtainable the way campaign finance is and the money that's invested from special interest groups? Tuesday, we're going to get started on that. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. When we return, Lonnie's headed over to a Gilmer County Board of Commissioners meeting this morning. They're going to be discussing the hospital, the Gilmer County Hospital, North Georgia Medical Center. He's headed over there. And again, I'll be back after these brief messages. Lonnie, take us to break. Okay, folks, we're back on BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We're going to have to do a little adjusting here. Lonnie's going over to Gilmer County Commissioner's office, where there is a meeting this morning concerning the North Georgia Medical Center. That is the Gilmer County Commissioners. Real quick recap on that. For probate judge, Scott Chastain will be in a runoff. Scott Chastain will be in a runoff with, he'll be in a runoff with Josh Teague. So I'm a little tired. Last night was a long night. Josh Teague, that's a runoff. George, who's going to break it to Hillary? We're already broke. And did she the best is I have to tell you right now, I have to think this one out, because is Hillary saving the best for last? Now here's another one I didn't bring up. The hot 11th district last night down there, U.S. Representative 11th district, Barry Loudermilk had four opponents. Challengers, okay. He was challenged, and Barry Loudermilk, and he come up with 60% of the vote. So he safely returns down there in the 11th district.
It's money. These guys in Congress already, they have a big bankroll behind them to keep them there. These other guys, they can't afford to combat it. So your program for Tuesday will be well put.
Well, I'm gonna, and that's why I want to start it on Tuesday. Is I want to start it where I can go with that. I want to start it to where I can get I can study on it a little bit. I don't have the percentages of voters. I wanted to look at that. I do know the totals here. Is Paul Brown was 18,761. I will tell you before we get into Hillary Clinton, I said the takeaway here. Now, I mean, can you explain this? 10 of the counties in the 9th district at one time, Dr. Brown represented those counties. I would have thought in those 10 counties he could have pulled one of them out, though. I think one of those counties, I will say, money or no money. See, Mike Scupine did not represent anything, and Bernie Fontaine and Roger Fitzpatrick. But Dr. Brown did 10 of the counties.
Yeah, in the former district before,
yes,
before we
so
yeah, sure.
I was a little caught off guard that not one of those 10 counties said, hey, we want you to be our congressman again. I was a little caught off guard by that, the signal on that.
Well, unfortunately for Paul, the people spoke when they voted originally for Doug Collins. After everybody was running for that seat, that empty seat, and we lost three incumbents, which was I was in support of, and I was in support of getting rid of this incumbent. I think 2 times is enough for a congressman. Then he should come home again and let somebody else have a go. But it didn't happen, and so we now have another professional career politician in our midst. And as long as we remember that, we can at least refocus our energies on convincing him to vote conservative.
Well,
constitutional conservative.
I don't know. We can break that one down for days and hours. I'm not for sure what took place there, but I do want to get into the money. I think there was an enormous amount of money spent on making sure people knew that Paul Brown had some ethical things, baggage that could arise. Again, that was the intent, to lead you to believe that if Paul Brown was elected, that this baggage could rear its ugly head. But I will tell you this, they put enough money into getting you to believe that, and Doug Collins was able to win without ever having to challenge Paul Brown's voting record. Because Paul Brown's voting record is something that's almost impossible to challenge As a conservative.
As a conservative, yeah.
It's virtually impossible to challenge as a conservative his voting record.
And I think too, people don't want to go back to the old. And Paul was there for a number of years, and the people are thinking, well, we're trying to get rid of one old. I say people, obviously not. Why should we bring in another old and previous congressman? So anyway, future lies ahead of us. We have to look ahead if we're not ruined before then.
Let me highlight a couple of our sponsors this morning. Schottenkirk Ford, 515 South in Jasper. That's Schottenkirk Ford. Want to highlight them this morning. And also UPS Store of East Ellijay. That's the UPS Store in East Ellijay. Business One Source over at Highland Crossing. That's Business One Source. One Source Business Products, One Source Business Products over at Highland Crossing here in East Ellijay. North Georgia Diamond, located in the East Ellijay Walmart Shopping Center. Promotional code Fetch Your News. Go in there and see Bill and Allison Craig today at North Georgia Diamond. Also, Mattress Stocked. Go see Gary, Richard, Rhonda, the mattress lady, for the best mattress at the best price. They truly want to help you sleep better. They are located in the East Ellijay Walmart Shopping Center, 706-698-7378. That's Mattress Overstock. Don't forget, Ellijay Fitness, 379 River Street, 706-636-2348. George, the media could not wait for something to erupt. Somebody just throw a rock, a bottle, or something in New Mexico so the anti-Trump rally could be back. Protesters turned violent outside Trump New Mexico event. Police in riot gear and mounted patrol units faced off against a violent crowd of protesters outside a Donald Trump campaign event in Albuquerque Tuesday night. Yeah, Albuquerque. That's what Bugs Bunny said.
That's Westerners.
Take a left at Albuquerque. Now, if I refer to Bugs Bunny, I can remember it. Left at Albuquerque. Tuesday night, hours after Trump and some 4,000 of his supporters left Albuquerque Convention Center, 100 demonstrators remained in downtown. So they just could not wait to get back.
They got to have a good tavern down
right?
there. I mean, we got to check
They
that
could
out
not
someday.
wait to get back to say what Trump has done or what happened at a rally with Trump. And it's all over the front, what Trump rally, and violence is back. More violence, more N-words. I mean, it's just 100 people, and this is the chaos. But George?
N-words, you mean no Trump?
100 people are running 10,000. You can have 9,900 people in this category.
That's right.
And you can have 100, and they're running things.
Yeah, that's right.
They're running things. We're being run by the minority. And I don't mean 49%. I don't mean this thing is 51-49. This is 99%.
0.5%.
Right.
Yeah.
We're being run by some of these people.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to tolerate it much longer. Hillary's best MO.
You raised a good question. What are we going to do? Already the police are under attack for doing their job. So they're getting hesitant to go out there and crack heads. When I was at Berkeley free speech riots in 1965 or 66, Mario Savio and all of that, we had to get, they issued us batons on the highway patrol. We had no idea to do these damn things. We started whacking people on the head. I mean, it made the TV everywhere, so they gave us lessons in baton training. But by God, those people never came back a second time. You know what they did? They, being the people who were complaining at Berkeley, the college students and the professional agitators had the high schoolers and the youngsters confront the police screaming and everything, and they got whopped on the head. And you didn't see those people the next day. And then it was the junior collegers who were there next, and they got whopped the second day. They got whopped, and they never showed up again. And finally, the professionals didn't want to get whopped. They already knew what was happening, so they stayed away, and the thing died. Plus, you arrested everybody who had burnt fingers. That was a gimme.
Well, George, I want to make sure
they were throwing the tear gas grenades back.
I want to make sure we have time for your final thoughts. We're not going to go there yet. And I want to thank Kevin for stepping into the booth here as Lonnie went over. Folks, Lonnie has gone over to the Gilmer County. Very important meeting this morning. Piedmont Hospital has responded, and they will reveal their response concerning their I can't get a word.
You're having a hard time this morning.
Well, I got in at midnight. I did a 3-hour show last night. I went live at 8:30, 9:30. I went 2 hours last night. I did live 2 hours. Yeah. And I got a high remark from the Colonel. Colonel Poole sent me a message about my coverage. He watched my coverage. So if I did 2 hours and just the Colonel watched, that's fine with me.
You're so precious.
I am, but
I'm impressed.
Let me get back to this serious side for a minute. I am, George. Lonnie's headed over, very seriously, Lonnie's headed over to the Gilmer County Courthouse as the commissioners. Now, we heard David Ralston, and voters, you have to keep his feet to the fire. You have to, and I will help you, because we heard him talk about rural hospitals. And something has to happen. Now, I don't know. I'm not advocating bailouts. I'm not advocating, Medicare funding, Medicaid, expanding Medicaid. I'm not advocating things this morning. But I'm telling you right now, something has to happen. And I think what has to happen is indigent care, which we'll talk about that Tuesday when we get into campaign finance and get into some serious subjects. We're going to get serious Tuesday on some subjects. But that being said, Lonnie's headed over to Gilmer County Commissioner's office because Piedmont Mountainside has responded to their acquisition of the Gilmer County North Georgia Medical Center. What's going to happen there? As you well know, North Georgia Medical Center has discontinued their emergency room services and has only started providing a day service, a walk-in clinic day service with hospital beds, and the nursing home is still functioning. So Lonnie's headed over there. Kevin has stepped into the booth. So we're going to do everything we can because I'm going to take my tired keister, call it keister, okay?
Go take a nap?
No, I've got to go over to that chair and do my best to produce Kevin's show.
Oh.
I do it all, George. I do it all.
I'm impressed.
Are you? I do it all, George.
Yes, sir.
If it's out there,
that's why you do it, isn't it? So I'd be impressed.
If it's out there and it's obtainable, I go after it. But anyhow, don't forget at 10 o'clock, North Georgia's only live online morning show with Kevin Hensley. We want to thank him for stepping into the booth as we're all cooperating here. George, I'm going to have some comments about some of the candidates in the 9th District and some of the other campaigns at the top of the hour. Something is bothering me with Hillary Clinton's campaign. And I have said this, you remember, I've said this over and over. Who are they packing the parachute for? Now, if this is all Hillary has, to release clips of Donald Trump saying, when the house is the cheapest, I'll buy it then. Because he was on a business show and made a comment and said, hey, if this bubble bursts, if it bursts, it's going to be good for me because it's going to make houses that you people built for $500,000. You're going to make them down to $100,000 and I'm going to buy them.
That's honest.
But he didn't create that.
He didn't create it.
It's not his policies that made that happen.
That's the Democrat policies.
Right. It's the bubble. He did not create the bubble.
That's exactly
Now,
right.
the thing that Hillary, and he stood up yesterday in New Mexico and he says, really? I bought at a deal? You're going to hold me, like I did something wrong? George, all day long, right here where you and I live, the number one business that people were taking advantage of
Is
in
collapsed
2009, 10, 11, and 12, a good 4 years. If you asked any realtor, all they were doing was getting their $50 check. I mean, I'm serious. I think you got it. You didn't get a commission. You got a check for like $50. All they were getting was their $50 or $100 check for turning over foreclosures, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the hundreds,
Mm-hmm.
right here where we're at. And what do you do to the people that came in and said, "Hey, you guys built those cabins for $600,000, and I'll give you $150,000"? Or are they all the bad people?
No.
But is that all Hillary has?
I hope so, because she hasn't got enough. She has nothing else, and he's got us. The Republican Party is now starting to coalesce around Donald Trump.
I heard that with Congressman Collins this morning. He was on the line with us.
We understand now that they will start providing him funds and money and to conduct a campaign. They have videotapes of Hillary Clinton that are so negative that go back for 30 years that can be brought up, and just one ad after another that will eviscerate her, anything she has to say.
So who are they packing the parachute for?
Oh, it's Joe. It's Joe Biden.
I'm telling you now, if they parachute in,
he's the only one.
If they parachute in Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren,
it'd be a disaster.
Trump has a problem.
I don't think so.
Even if Joe Biden.
Yeah, Joe's his own worst enemy.
We know he's going to say. Okay, yes. We know he's going to say something stupid, and that's an S on the end, plural.
He's already done that, and there's also reels and reels of years and years of videotapes of him. And Joe Biden's never had a job. He's never made a payroll. He's never paid anybody. He's never earned a paycheck. His entire life has been as a politician.
Folks, let me just highlight a couple more of our sponsors before George's final thoughts of the day, because I do want to end the show with recapping a little bit on some of the races and just telling you, giving you a couple of my brief opinions on some of them. Again, as I said, don't forget Ellijay Fitness, 379 River Street. That's in Ellijay. Ellijay, 706-636-2348. WebWorks Lawn Care. WebWorks Lawn Care, locally owned, reliable service. Call Justin Webb. He's ready to work for you. Give him a call, 706-889-4893. That's WebWorks Lawn Care, 706-889-4893. Messrs. Orchards, and Blue Ridge Ace Hardware Amish Furniture. Blue Ridge Ace Hardware Amish Furniture. If you'd like to sponsor our show, chief@fetchernews.com or 706-889-9700. George, what do you have here this morning wrapping up our show today?
Well, for so long we've watched with anger and disappointment a GOP that does nothing, has done nothing. Now we're looking at the possibility of impeachments, not of the president, but of lower-ranking officials, and I call this one impeachments. I don't mind giving kudos when kudos are deserved. In my very last essay, I mentioned detecting some twitch of movement in what has long been considered an inert and moribund life form, the GOP Congress. Apparently, the House Oversight and Reform Committee, chaired by Jason Chaffetz, the House Freedom Caucus, chaired by Jim Jordan, and the House Judiciary Committee, chaired by Bob Goodlatte, Republicans all, are deserving of support and encouragement because they are indeed commencing the process to impeach the corrupt IRS director, John Koskinen, for his contempt of Congress. It's a good first step and about time too. The House representatives mentioned above believe they have a very good case that can proceed against the IRS director, and apparently they have the gonads to pursue it. If they start the impeachment train moving against mere bureaucratic functionaries like Koskinen, perhaps other Republican House committee chairmen may feel the urge to get involved and start the process of bringing down Obama's socialist administration. How? By kicking out the leaders through impeachment. So more power to them. Socialism is not good for America. It's not who we are. Obama is a criminal. He purposefully ignores court orders against his despotic edicts. He expects his acolytes, like the young, ignorant DOJ lawyers who lied to a federal judge in Texas, to purposefully lie to judges to simply advance his progressive goals by edict and court order. So far, a few judges have not been corrupted have thwarted many of Obama's plans for social reengineering of our America, plans designed to legalize border crashers, deny Islamic jihadists as terrorists, release apprehended felons, create parity for the sicko transgender crowd, and to continue to separate our nation from its centuries-held moral base of Judeo-Christianity. As conservative voters who make up the base of the Republican Party, it apparently falls upon us to renew the pledge we have made to our country that affords all of our citizens the rights to prosper under the protection of its laws. We have seen the progressive liberal movement over the past several decades slowly erode away our great American values on the premise of fairness, multiculturalism, equality of outcome, diversity of opinions, and liberal opinions only apply, inclusiveness of all cultures, no matter how backward they are, and other nameless acronyms of BS that they can think up to blur our minds. The head of the IRS is the first target for congressional removal, and hopefully not the last. If Koskinen's impeachment is actually accomplished, we can soon look forward to the impeachments of the head of the EPA, the Department of Education, the Department of Energy, the DHS, HUD, etc., and etc. One can only hope. Out here in flyover land, the base conservative voters expect to see such GOP action against criminals to proceed apace with energy and enthusiasm, to do their job legally and kick the bums out. I should think, as individuals, each representative in danger of being primaried out of his job should view these actions as necessary to restore the long-lost trust the GOP so desperately needs. Trump's amazing ascendancy, and Bernie Sanders too for that matter, directly reflects the voters' frustration over the course big government politicians have taken our once great country into the odious far left field of absolutism. I, for one, no longer want to be governed by battalions of unelected bureaucrats supported by products of corrupted liberal law schools, appointed for life as the arbitrators of the law while being encouraged to push the leftist agenda along. That's my thought.
Leftist agenda along. Always a couple words. George leaves us always with a couple words to take away and build from. The leftist agenda. Folks, before we close this morning, it's election season's not over. We have several runoffs in North Georgia and throughout the state that we will be covering. We will pick right up and go after those runoffs and keep you information. And let me close just a couple quick things. I drove over to Gainesville last night, and I want to thank everybody here at Team FYN. Lonnie was over at Gilmer. Deb was on her computer putting results up in counties as fast as she could. Bill Johnson over in Dawson, and White and Lumpkin putting results in as fast as he could. There is a runoff in the sheriff's race in Dawson. We'll get into that tomorrow morning. But I want to thank each and every one. Lonnie, again in Gilmer, Laura and Lisa late last night in Fannin County with updates right to the minute of what was happening there. But, I drag my stuff in. I drive to Gainesville. I drag my table, my computers, the camera. I get everything going live. And, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And I'm standing over there and I'm thinking, I've got to drive to Gainesville. I got to drive home. I'm going to get home at midnight. I'm going to come in and do a show. And I don't say this because of any kind of arrogance or with any attitude, I promise you. But in my business career and my whole entire life, I made a decision I can't be outworked. I just made that decision. When I used to hang drywall, if the guys next to me were hanging 75 sheets, I made sure I didn't go home till I hung 85. Not 76, 85. Okay? If I'm cutting grass and I could do the lawn in an hour, I don't like to do the lawn the next time till I cut it down to 58 and figure some way why I'm not taking all the proper turns that I could get 3 minutes shaved off my time. And I say that, folks, I'm going somewhere with this, to where anything I've ever done, I made a decision, I will not be outworked by anyone. And my hat's off to anyone that tries to challenge that or keep up with me. I make a joke all the time, the young guys can't keep up with me. I pick on Lonnie all the time. You guys try. You can keep trying, you young guys, but you won't keep up with me. I'm going somewhere with this. So yesterday I finished the show, and I'm done with the show, and I've got a couple minutes. And who else, lo and behold, 86 years young, just drove all the way to Texas and back with his lovely bride to watch his granddaughter graduate? My good friend, Oscar Poole. Now, the Colonel's here at the end of the show, 86 years young. He will be with me Friday. Colonel Poole's going to come in Friday. He's going to talk about his trip to Texas to see his granddaughter visit. And most of all of those great restaurants that he stopped, that they try to outdo Colonel Poole's barbecue, and he did taste tests from here to Texas. We're going to talk about that. But we go back in my office, and we're sitting there, and Colonel Poole, what does he have? He has a bunch of new ideals. Ideas or deals? Ideas.
Ideas.
Ideas. No L. Sorry, my wife. I get in trouble. It's ideals or ideas. So the Colonel has a bunch of new ideas, okay, in an ideal situation. And I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, Oscar, you're 86 years old. And he says, I got some new things in store for you. Here's some things I want you and I to start working on. I'm thinking, wait a minute. I'm the one telling these young guys here that they can't keep up with me. So I'm looking across the table, and this guy says, I'm 86, and I've never felt this refreshed, and I'm ready to go. And I'm just shaking my head. Oh, my, what do you do with this guy? I mean, you got to love this guy. I mean, 86 years young. Folks, if the good Lord gave you an opportunity this morning and opened your eyes, he gave you another chance to do everything you possibly can, to do everything you want, to achieve anything you set your sights on. And I encourage you to go after it 100%. Godspeed. I just do. Now, I want to say a couple things about the election. And before I do, every result came in last night. I thought about my dear friend John Mullinex, and I told you today I was going to do a tribute, and I'm going to hold that to Friday for a reason. I felt I would come in here this morning exhausted and not be respectful to my friend, my late friend John Mullinex, and that my tribute may be scattered, and I wanted it to be focused for my friend. So Friday morning, I am going to do a tribute to my friend John Mullinex. Through the campaign, I think we've seen the end of Dr. Brown's political career. That's my opinion. I do not see where he feels he would run again. Now, the comments that were made all through the campaign was Dr. Brown was running in the 9th district, lived in the 10th district, rented a house in the 9th district, and if he did not win, would move back to his house in the 10th district. If he does not continue to enjoy his lovely home in Habersham County, and he returns to his home in Ocoee County, I think it is, then guess what? That was all true. If. So Dr. Brown only got 22% of the vote, and what he felt in his Fed Up Express was the perfect opportunity to unseat a sitting congressman. I do feel my opinion, and if I'm proven to be wrong, I will come up with a good reason why circumstances have changed. I do feel Dr. Brown's political career ended last night. Now, Roger Fitzpatrick, Bernie Fontaine, and Mike Skupine, I don't know what's in their future. I'm a little shocked that Mr. Fitzpatrick did not even, I pontificated this, and did not even get the percentage he did the first time when he ran against Doug Collins and Martha Zoller, which I seen Martha Zoller last night and got a chance to say hello to her. She is now with Doug Collins' Senate office, U.S. Senate office. But Roger Fitzpatrick, I was a little taken back that he did not even get those numbers. But he's a dear friend. So if anything, for me, might sound a little selfish, I got to spend some time with my good friend, Mr. Fitzpatrick, and I enjoyed seeing him. And he is a gentleman. He's a constitutionalist. He's a hard worker. I like the guy. Now the General Fontaine. Now, General Fontaine and I are going to do a show that's just surrounding, we've talked about this over and over, the Army Corps of Engineers. So we will let you know when that's going to happen. General's going to come in, and him and I are going to do a show on the Army Corps of Engineers. I enjoy Mr. Fontaine. He's a gentleman, constitutionalist, a patriot, loves this country. And every time I seen the General, I don't know of any time I spoke to him that he didn't tear up. And every time he teared up was when he discussed the love of his country. Now let me round it out with Mike Skupine. Now, Mike Skupine maybe in the campaign attack world, maybe went harder at Congressman Collins than anyone out there. I don't know of any candidate out there that went harder at a congressman. But it was what he felt, it was what he believed, and it was what was in his heart. Mike Skupine liked to hold that Constitution up and shake it, and he was ready to pull it, and you had to be careful. And he knew it too. And he knows his Constitution. He's read it forward and backward. And I'm telling you what, don't challenge the guy to history of our forefathers, because you could come out the loser when it comes to Mr. Mike Skupine. Brilliant man. But I want to end, although it's 3.36%, for what it's worth, he's a dear friend of mine now. I did not know Mr. Skupine really before this campaign started, or his lovely wife. But they're good people. And I look forward to spending a lot of time with my new friends, Mike Skupine and his wife, sitting on the picnic table in the summer, just talking, seeing if we can figure out how to solve all the problems in the world. Now, let me end with the congressman, last but not least. The 3rd District of Georgia is known to be the most conservative voting district in the entire country.
The 3rd or the 9th?
The 9th District in Georgia, I heard this thing in the back of my brain. I don't know where that came from, but I think where that came from. We'll start all over. The 9th District in Georgia seems that all indications is the 3rd most conservative voting district in the United States. So what's that mean? Folks, whether you like Doug Collins or not, Doug Collins goes back to Washington, D.C. as one of the most powerful congressmen in the United States. Absolutely. One of the most powerful. Doug Collins walks in to Congress and says, gentlemen, let me show you how to vote and take that vote to the 3rd most conservative district in the United States and win against 4 opponents in a runoff with no runoff and win 61% in every county. See, whether you like the guy, whether you're upset he voted for the omnibus, whether you're upset he supported John Boehner, folks, he Donald Trumped them last night in the 9th District. That's all there is to it. Won every county. My opinion is he goes back as one of the top-ranking, most powerful representatives in the United States. Now, will that parlay in the betting world? Will that turn into be a benefit for you in the 9th District? I don't know. What say you?
Well, we'll have to watch his bank account, won't we?
You think I'm wrong?
No, I do not think you're wrong. You're absolutely right. He's a lock.
You know what they used to say?
Who used to say?
I think Doug Collins walks in and he's high stepping.
Well,
I think he's high stepping.
Yeah.
I think when he goes to floor leader, I've seen him go to floor leader. I think it's a little difference when he pulls the gavel this time.
How about Tom Graves?
Not quite the juice. I think Doug Collins goes to Washington with more juice than any congressman in Georgia. Even Barry Loudermilk, even though he was contended, this guy stood up against a sitting congressman, a 9th district, the 3rd most conservative district, and won. Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We hope you enjoyed our election coverage last night. We hope you've enjoyed our discussions this morning. We will be live at Sycamore Crossing in Blue Ridge tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Going to be beautiful. We're going to be outdoors. Okay, we're going to be outdoors tomorrow at 8 a.m. Sycamore Crossing. We're trying to get all of our guests lined up. We do know that Sheriff Dane Kirby is going to join us live there, Fannin County. So I'm out. Kevin's in. Stay tuned right after these messages. North Georgia's only live online newscast, Kevin Hensley, The Morning Report. Kevin, take us to break.
Stay strong. Don't give up.
Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like meat lovers, backyard barbecue chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
what you gonna do with all that junk?
Switch and save at Shattenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Shattenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Better days ahead.
Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Switch and save at Shattenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Shattenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Two White County youths are injured in an ATV accident over the weekend. The Pickens County Chamber of Commerce is now without a director, while updates from the Copper Basin Medical Center's financial woes and much more are all coming your way on this edition of the Morning Report. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, May the 25th, 2016. I'm your anchor, Kevin Hensley. If you have any breaking news tips to send to us while we are on the air, our email address is show@fetchyournews.com. As we mentioned, two White County youths were injured in an ATV accident over the weekend after their dirt bikes collided shortly after 12 p.m. on Sunday.
Corporal
I had Austin Allen of the Georgia State Patrol said the accident occurred in a heavily wooded area on Far Winds Road. He said, quote, both drivers misjudged their clearance and contact was made between the left side of vehicle 1 and the left side of vehicle 2. The dirt bike was operated by 13-year-old Skylar Bassett of Cleveland, and it left the trail and struck a tree with its front end. He was then ejected, and he also struck the tree as well. Joey Rivard, age 12, the operator of the other dirt bike, overturned, and he too was ejected. Now, no further updates are available on the condition of the youths at this time. According to the board of directors of the Pickens County Chamber of Commerce, Denise Duncan is no longer the president of the Pickens Chamber. This is a statement released yesterday by the Chamber of Commerce. It says, quote, Denise Duncan resigned as president of the Pickens County Chamber of Commerce effective Friday, May 20th, 2016. The board of directors would like to express our appreciation for Denise's service to the chamber, its members, and our community, and we wish her well in her future endeavors. Members of the board will work with current staff on an interim basis to handle the day-to-day operations and to ensure that members' needs are being met. A committee will be formed to begin a search to fill this position. We ask for the patience and the support of our members during this transition, and we pledge to take this opportunity to make the chamber developed by Denise's leadership even better.
Why would nobody ever speak up?
Veteran News has placed a call to Denise Duncan to get a statement. However, we have not received a call back. Veteran News will continue to update this story as more information is received. A look now at our weather for this morning, as Veteran News has already reached 70 degrees outside our studios this morning, and a mostly cloudy day will end up topping out at 88. We'll then reach a chilly low of 62 tonight, so make sure and have that AC running. It's going to be a little bit humid. Also on today's show, another Gilbert County athlete signs a college scholarship. Plus, we will spotlight our pets of the week from both the Gilmer and Pickens County Animal Shelter. However, coming up after the break, the Copper Basin Medical Center is taking steps to get the word out on its financial standing. We'll tell you more when we come back to the morning.
Back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these truck month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine-ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like meat lovers, backyard barbecue chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
what you gonna do with all that junk?
Switch and save at Shattenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Shattenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
Welcome back to North Georgia's only live online morning news show, The Morning Report. I'm Kevin Hensley. The Copper Basin Medical Center District Board met Monday night. The purpose of the meeting was to dissolve the corporate board. District Board Chairman Doug Collins said that this move should make the administrative actions of the hospital more transparent. Currently, the hospital is in a financial freefall. Hospital staff is frightened by the amount of layoffs taking place and is looking toward assurance from the district board that hospital management will be brought under control. Fannin County Schools will be building a brand new ag barn for its agriculture, science, and technical programs. The approximately $3 million facility will feature a show arena, beautification arena, grow-out area, bleachers, concession stand, showers, animal science lab, classroom, and welding facility. Once finished, the facility will serve the community as well as the school by providing a place for shows, livestock sales, banquets, meetings, and classroom space for Fannin County organizations and students. Financing for the new agricultural barn comes through funds from the Education of SPLOST. When Education SPLOST was passed last year, the agricultural barn was one of the school system's priority projects. And we did go into extensive coverage of the Gilmer and Fannin political results on Good Morning from the Office earlier this morning. Here now is a look at what went down in Dawson, White, and Lumpkin counties. The Dawson County Board of Commissioners will take on a new look next year. Former Director of Public Safety Billy Thurman will take over as chairman, and Chris Gaines will fill the District 2 post. Thurman defeated Peter Hill in last night's general primary election by a 3-to-1 margin. Gaines' race against Tim Davis was much closer. Gaines received 2,015 votes to Davis's 1,924. District 4 Commissioner Julie Nix won a fourth term by beating Heather Holzbus. Voters will have to wait until next month's runoff to decide who will serve as sheriff and tax commissioner. Tony Wooten was easily the top vote getter in the five-man race for sheriff with 1,526 votes, while Jeff Johnson finished second with 1,156 votes. The runoff in the tax commissioner's race will be between Andy Henson Juliet and Nicole Stewart. Juliet won 1,212 votes to Stewart's 1,025. In White County, Sheriff Neil Walden defeated Aaron Autry in last night's general primary with 2,790 votes to Autry's 1,459. In the race for Board of Commissioners in District 4, Craig Bryant beat back a challenge from Sean Henderson, 671 to 477. There will be one new face on the Board of Education, however, as Missy Gerard upset incumbent Kendall Brock Hunter with 2,215 votes to Hunter's 1,931. And out of Lumpkin County, State Senator Steve Gooch will return to the Gold Dome next year to represent Georgia's 51st District. Gooch won 20,575 votes to defeat challenger John Williamson, who got 7,563 votes. In other races, County Commission Chairman Chris Dockery beat Doug Sherrill, and David Miller defeated Bill Scott in the race for County Commission District 1. Elsewhere, there will be runoffs for Board of Commissioners District 2, Board of Education District 1, and Coroner. Amanda Jones and Jim Shepard will meet in the June 26th runoff for Coroner. Bobby Mayfield and Steve Shaw will face each other in the Board of Commissioners District 2 race, and Mira Turner and Catherine Arimia will compete in the Board of Education race. Now, when we come back here on the Morning Report, we will take a look at our community calendar, which will spotlight events coming up this week and into June. Stay tuned.
Your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these truck month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like meat lovers, backyard barbecue chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Switch and save at Shattenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Shattenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
Welcome back to the Morning Report. I'm Kevin Hensley. Well, summer is here again, and for those of you hanging around town in LJ or East LJ, that means it's time again for summer matinees at Easttown Cinema. Matinees begin this week and will continue to be on every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 1 p.m. while school is out of session. You can always find out what's playing and all the available showtimes by calling 706-635-5700. The Taste of LJ will take place tomorrow at 6 p.m. and will feature the culinary delicacies that Gilmer County has to offer, as restaurants will be offering samples of their finest flavors. There is no cost for admission, but samples will range from $1 to $4. It'll be located on North Main Street in downtown LJ, and everyone is invited to treat their taste buds on more than just the apples. But taste is not the only reward available tomorrow night. Treat your ears with live music with Downtown Roy at the tailgate party, and treat your eyes as Easttown Cinemas sponsors the movie Under the Stars, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs at 8:30 p.m. You can check out tasteoflj.com for more information. Cruising season is upon us, and one of the first cruise-ins of the year will be this Friday at the Dairy Queen in Blue Ridge from 6 to 8 p.m. Georgia Mountain Classics will be cruising the fourth Friday of each month from now until September. Cruise-ins are always free to attend, and to find out more information, you can contact Annette Long at this email address, georgiamountainclassics@hotmail.com. The 40th Annual Arts in the Park Festival will be held Saturday and Sunday in historic downtown Blue Ridge. This festival has become a Southern tradition, featuring over 200 arts, crafts, and food booths. This sister event of the Fall Arts in the Park hosts the best in mountain crafts and fine arts, artist demonstrations, music, and dance. Arts in the Park has been recognized as one of the top 20 events by the Southeastern Tourism Society. It is sponsored by the Blue Ridge Mountain Arts Association. Now, admission is $5, and you can find the Arts in the Park at 420 West Main Street in Blue Ridge. More information is available online at blueridgearts.net or by calling 706-632-2144. Well, if something smells a little fishy at Post 82 in LJ this weekend, you'll know it's time for the annual fish fry to honor veterans coming up this Saturday. The American Legion Post 82 in LJ invites you to join them at 12 p.m. for great food and a good time. Local band Bottoms Up Atlanta Rock will be there providing the day's entertainment. And speaking of honoring our veterans, this Monday, LJ will host the annual Memorial Day ceremony, as it will honor all veterans during a patriotic service of prayer, song, and dedication. The schedule of events will include singing before the program, a national anthem, opening prayer, and flag presentation. Key speakers are to include J.C. Sanford, Stanley McDonald, Shane Adams, and Ben Arp. You can find the Veterans Memorial Bridge and Garden adjacent to the River Park and behind the LJ Lions Club Fairgrounds on Old Highway 5 South, just across from Legion Road. The June Driver's Education course in Lumpkin County will take place June the 6th through the 10th. If you have not yet done so, please contact Cheyenne Thornton to confirm your spot at 706-482-2629 or via email at cheyenne.thornton@lumpkincounty.gov.
Feeling responsible.
Now, always be sure to visit fetchyournews.com to stay tuned into a local calendar of events in your county. And if you have any announcements you would like to submit to us about an upcoming event, again, our email address here at the Morning Report is show@fetchyournews.com.
My virginity.
When we return, a Gilmer basketball player signs a college scholarship. Plus, the Gilmer County Parks and Recreation Department Championship playoffs got underway Monday night. We'll let you know which team walked away with the 8U softball championship after the break.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Better days ahead. Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Switch and save at Shattenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Shattenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
El Rey in Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Ellijay.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like Meat Lovers, Backyard Barbecue Chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Switch and save at Shattenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Shattenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
And welcome back to the Morning Report. I'm Kevin Hensley. Well, another Gilmer High School Bobcat athlete put his name on the dotted line yesterday as Samuel MacArthur signed a scholarship to join the basketball program at Truett-McConnell University in Cleveland. More on this signing will soon be available on FetchYourNews.com, and a special congratulations from all of us to MacArthur on this accomplishment. The Gilmer County Parks and Recreation Department Championship softball and baseball tournaments got underway Monday night. The tournaments are the first games that are being played at the newly opened Clear Creek Recreation Complex. In the top photo are the first winners crowned at the tournament, the 8U Hall softball squad, who walked off in extra innings 7-6 to defeat the runners-up Team Carter, which is pictured in the bottom photo on your screen. The tournament will continue to crown champions today and Thursday, and Team FYN Sports will continue to provide updates all week here on the Morning Report on the outcomes for each age group. Cleveland athletes won 4 gold medals, 1 silver, 2 bronze, and 1 fourth-place ribbon at the Special Olympics State Games at Emory University in Atlanta over the weekend. Nathan Anderson earned a gold medal in the turbo javelin event and a bronze in the 100-meter dash. CJ McGuire captured a gold in turbo javelin and 4th in the 100-meter dash. Robbie Edge grabbed gold in the running long jump and 100-meter dash, while Carter Cruz won the gold medal in running long jump and a silver medal in the 200-meter dash. A special congratulations to all 4 of those White County athletes. The Gilmer Soccer Club will be holding select tryouts for the U13 to 19 age division for the fall 2016 season on June the 7th. For more information or to register, you can visit GilmerSoccerClub.com. Atlanta will be the host of Super Bowl 53 in 2019. The capital of Georgia was awarded the bid yesterday and will host the biggest night in football in the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Now keep a tab on sports by using the hashtag TeamFYNSports. As the director of Team FYN Sports, please feel free to contact me with any upcoming game announcements, missing scores, any schedule updates, any information you want to send along. My email address is kevin@fetchyournews.com. I'm also looking for anyone that wants to help us grow and expand our coverage within our viewing area. So if you live within one of the 10 counties that we cover and you want to be a sports reporter and you want to be on the sideline for football in August, again, send me an email, kevin@fetchyournews.com. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to have you on board. And remember, we're always looking to spotlight young athletes in a positive manner. And speaking of spotlighting, after the break, we will spotlight our pets of the week from both the Gilmer and Pickens County Animal Shelters. That's coming up after a word.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Better days ahead.
Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Switch and save at Shattenkirk Ford. Find quality pre-owned trucks under $20,000 and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. Shop the best selection of certified pre-owned Fords in the area. Switch today and shop our network of over 500 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll even deliver it to you. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with Shattenkirk Customer Care, which offers you extra protection for no extra charge. Make the switch to Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Welcome back to North Georgia's only live online morning news show, The Morning Report. I'm Kevin Hensley. Sheldon is a 3-year-old, neutered, gentle, practically house-trained Labrador available at the Gilmer County Animal Shelter. Sheldon is looking for someone willing to share. Does your home lack a security system? Share it with Sheldon. Does your bed get cold in the winter? Share it with Sheldon. Do you have a lot of love to give? Share it with Sheldon. Do you have an extra slice of pizza? You can also share that with Sheldon. All food, of course, must be sent to the lab for testing prior to Sheldon getting it. Sheldon's adoption fee is only $25 as he is already neutered. Do you have a good life? Spend that $25 and share it with Sheldon. The Gilmer County Animal Shelter is located at 4152 Highway 52 East in Ellijay. Their phone number is 706-635-2166, and they're open to the public Tuesday through Saturday from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. Well, if you're looking for a presidential candidate that is loyal and knows who feeds him, do you want a candidate that simply does not know how to lie? Are you sick of career politicians and their cat and dog spats? Well, Boo will keep his nose out of your child's school restrooms. However, trees and fire hydrants are fair game. Boo will never raise your taxes, but is all for handouts of any kind. Boo will protect the borders of your yard without the high cost of building a wall or asking your neighbors to pay for it. Boo is 100% scandal-free. You will not find any skeletons in his closet, though he has hidden a few bones in the backyard. Like many politicians, Boo has been known to chase his tail when it comes to foreign policy. Boo is a bulldog when it comes to your right to carry and is not afraid to bicker with the big dogs. So isn't it time you elect the candidate who has a clue? Is it time for you to go down and vote? Your choice, your voice. Vote for Boo. This message has been approved and paid for by the council to elect Boo to your house. Cast your vote for Boo at the Pickens County Animal Shelter at 3563 Camp Road in Jasper. Their phone number is 706-253-8983. Don't forget, if you see news happening, you can call our 24-hour news tip line at 706-889-9700. That is it for today's show. We will see you at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning live on location at Sycamore Crossing in Blue Ridge. I'm Kevin Hensley. Thanks for watching.